Turning now to taking on robocalls. My next guest recently introduced legislation in Congress to crack down on those calls. Joining me right now is New Jersey Congressman, House Agriculture Committee member, and author of the Robocall Enforcement Enhancement Act of 2019, Jeff Van Drew. And Congressman, it's good to see you again. Thanks so much for joining me this morning.
It's great to be here with you again. Thank you.
First, you just heard Ambassador Scott Brown. Your reaction, what do you see in terms of necessary moves at this point from the U.S. in light of what we know took place in New Zealand overnight?
Well, obviously, as we find out more, it's going to be important that we help in any way, and I know that we will, for intelligence gathering to make sure that any assistance they need in any way, technical and otherwise, is there. I would also say I think that all of us have the same reaction. There's just too much hate in the world, too much hurt. It starts with social media. We feel that we can speak to each other a certain way. It starts with politics and the way that we behave and people deal with each other, and it's just extended into these horrible, hateful acts that happen. Someday, I hope that we really, truly realize we all have the same blood flowing in our veins, that we are all human beings, and that we should love each other a little bit more. This is a bad day.
I'm so glad you said that, Congressman. You've been among those who are very much wanting to work with the other side, willing to work with the other side on policy. And you don't see that enough in the Congress. I mean, you're from New Jersey. I want to get to your robocall bill in a minute. But you're from New Jersey. High taxes, the SALT deductions, all top of the agenda issues. Numbers out from the Treasury Inspector General for Tax Administration estimate that over 10 million people will lose out on deductions for state and local taxes due to the 2017 tax overhaul. It's being felt the most in high-tax states like New York, California, and your state of New Jersey. What do you want to see here, and how hard will the bite be come April 15th in your view?
Well, the bite's going to be hard for some folks, and you're right. For some folks, it won't be as much, but unfortunately, New Jersey is a high-tax state, as well as the other ones that you mentioned. And, I would just like to see taxes cut. I hate when, we say, okay, we have a tax cut. I support tax cuts, and I'm not faulting anybody for this, but the reality is when we cap that deduction, it hurts a lot of folks, and they really don't get the tax cuts. So I think we need legislation, and there are various pieces out there, and nothing is, moved forward yet, but I hope at some point it does, because if we want to cut taxes, we should for everybody, particularly the middle class.
So what do you want to say to some of your colleagues in the Democrat Party, like an Elizabeth Warren, who's calling for a tax on wealth, right? I mean, you've got, ideas from AOC of 70% tax rates. You're talking about cutting taxes because you see that people are hurting from the high taxes in New Jersey, state taxes and local taxes. New York, the same thing. How are you dealing with all these, proposals from some of your colleagues on the sharp left?
Well, I respectfully disagree. I mean, the answer is not always more taxes. That certainly is not where we need to go. And when you get to rates of 70% and higher, then you are no longer a capitalist country. You are then becoming a socialist country. And as I've said to you before, and I say very often, I am not a socialist. I am a capitalist. I am a compassionate capitalist, which means that at times, and I think you would agree, we absolutely need a safety net. There is a place for government, but we just can't run everything and tax everything. Then we lose initiative in the country. So
I'm very impressed with you, Congressman. You've got the right ideas because you understand the economy clearly. Yeah, Kevin Kelly.
Yeah, Thank Congressman, you. It's Kevin Kelly here. I think we're tiptoeing around the main point when it comes to taxes, and it's too convoluted and complicated, and our tax code is 75,000 pages, right? And so the SALT deduction is hurting people because the wealthy can find loopholes and they can get out of it. And then we've seen what's happened here in New York where Amazon's not coming here. Why? Because people viewed it as corporatism, right? People saw it as giving basically subsidies to a company that actually didn't need them, right? That's crony capitalism at its finest. So how do we actually pinpoint and address this? Can we simplify the tax code? And is there anything being done?
we can do anything we want to. And if we work hard enough, of course we can. And if you get both sides to agree that we should, we can. That's the question. This has been spoken about and, debated for a long period of time. I agree with you. I'd like a simpler tax code. I'd like to make sure that middle-class folks, working people, small business people are really getting the break that they need and the opportunities that they need. That's what this country has been about. It's always been about hardworking people in the middle. That's what drives the United States of America. And also when it comes to, Amazon, certainly I said before, I don't love that you have to incentivize companies that are doing well to come to your state, but it's the way that it is now. So until we change it, they're not going to be where they originally thought, obviously. In New York, they are welcome to come down to Atlantic County or down to South Jersey, where I am, because I have different counties in my district that would help them and incentivize them. And I know that there are other areas that would as well.
Yeah.
The name of the game is jobs, business, and good, healthy competition.
What about the robocalls, Congressman? You're introducing this legislation aimed at combating these annoying robocalls. Tell us about your proposal.
So, we're speaking about huge issues that are just overarching, but it also comes down to smaller issues that affect our everyday lives. And I don't know about you, but I think most people are really tired of this. And we did a no-call list. In fact, I was the author in New Jersey of the no-call list, and we thought that was going to be the end of it. But the problem is the enforcement. We don't have the proper enforcement against these robocalls and telemarketing and spoofing. For those that don't know what spoofing is, it is simply when a number comes up and you believe that it's a certain number, but when you pick it up, it's not. It's a robocaller again.
These calls have picked up. I'm getting them too. It's so annoying. You're right, Congressman.
They've picked up a lot, and they interrupt people's lives. We are bothered enough. People are, quite frankly, tense enough, and just have this on top of it. So this just, increases the statute of limitations, increases the fines, and I'd love to see that we could actually increase the enforcement to finally stop this, because it's getting worse, not better.
Then that's the key. It's the enforcement. Congressman, it's good to see you this morning. Thanks so much.
Great to be with you.
And to you, Congressman Jeff Van Drew.